Now at 6, we have new information on a murder-suicide case in Washington County. What we know about the man police believe killed his own daughter. And the state of Oregon is getting a big check from lawmakers to help pay for this year's record wildfire season. We'll break down where the more than $200 million in funding is going in just a few minutes. Plus, later this hour, the Northwest Children's Theater is taking us on a journey to the North Pole for their performance of Rudolph. We'll bring you more details on how you and the kiddos can check out the show as KGW News at Sunrise starts right now. Good morning, and thank you for joining us on your Friday. I'm China Green. We're going to go straight over to Chris McGinnis to take a look at the forecast. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, China. The rain is returning. Let's give you the live look at radar. In fact, it's starting to light up a little bit. The yellows and oranges indicative of possibly a little heavier burst of rain now that's falling right over, well, basically southwest Portland and down into northeastern Clackamas County. So be aware of that. The rain is on the uptick as our next round moves in, so getting increasingly wet, I think, as we roll through the day today. 40 last check at PDX. The breeze remains out of the east, and what that means is the refrigerator door is open. Temperatures are not going very far today. It'll be a little breezy as well, with temperatures generally holding in the lower 40s. By the way, Upper Hood River Valley under a winter weather advisory today for the potential of freezing rain as the warmer air comes in and the rain comes in over that cold air that's trapped on the east slopes of the Cascades. In fact, let's take you there with a live look at our traffic cameras right now. This is Highway 35 up in the Parkdale area. Looks like it may even be snowing lightly, and obviously you can see some snow coverage on the road there as you can in the Cascades. So be aware of wintry travel there. The rest of us getting wet. That's a live look at I-5 in Wilsonville. The headlights representing the northbound commute near Wilsonville Road. Windshield wipers are going. We've got a wet morning commute coming our way, China.
Thank you, Chris. We just gotten more information about an alleged murder-suicide in Washington County. Deputies say a man shot and killed his teenage daughter before then killing himself. Thomas Schultz joins us from the newsroom. Thomas, what's the latest here?
Well, China, authorities say the father, Nicholas Alexander, received a DUI on Monday. Since October, he'd been on leave from his job as a corrections officer. Initially, Washington County authorities responded Wednesday morning to the home for a welfare check after a concerned caller said they'd stopped hearing from them. Once they arrived at the Baseline Wood Apartments off Southwest 201st Avenue near Beaverton, deputies found both dead in the home. Authorities ruled this as a murder-suicide and believe 45-year-old Nicholas Alexander shot and killed his 16-year-old daughter before then shooting himself. The weapon believed to be used was found by law enforcement inside the apartment. The Hillsborough School District confirmed the teen was a student at Century High School. The principal released a message to families sharing the devastating news and mentioned school resources are available to students to help them cope with the loss. As for the father, Nicholas Alexander was a corrections officer for close to a decade. For most of that time, he worked at the Coffee Creek Correctional Facility in Wilsonville. Again, Alexander was on leave of absence from his job, and a spokesperson says he was the subject of an internal investigation, but could not give more specific details. Washington County investigators have not released a motive yet, though are urging anyone with more information to contact them. And if you or someone you know has thoughts of suicide, there is help available. Just dial 988, the number on your screen, to speak to a trained crisis counselor 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. China.
Thank you, Thomas. Now to an update on a story that we first brought to you as breaking news yesterday morning on Sunrise. The Oregon State Medical Examiner has found no indicators that the suspect in a North Portland stabbing was killed by outside trauma. Portland police say that the man died after he was arrested late Wednesday night. They say he allegedly stabbed someone near a plaid pantry on North Going Street and Interstate Avenue. Portland police say that they found the suspect nearby and handcuffed him without using force. Then, moments later, he lost consciousness. We're still waiting on the official cause of death. The officers involved in the incident are on leave, which is standard protocol. The person who was stabbed is expected to survive. A trial date has been set for the man accused of shooting and killing a person at the Vancouver Mall on Halloween. The trial will start February 3rd. Police say 32-year-old Travis Ward shot 26-year-old James Perez while hundreds of people were at the mall for a trick-or-treating event. 2 others were also hurt. Ward is being held without bail. In Salem, Oregon lawmakers just passed a bill to pay for this year's record wildfire season. They're sending $191 million to the Oregon Department of Forestry and $26 million to the State Fire Marshal's Office to pay outstanding bills and personnel costs. The federal government is expected to eventually cover more than half of the cost of fighting this year's fires. We spoke with state lawmakers who lost his home in 2020 in the Beachy Creek fire. He says the state needs to take more proactive approach to wildfires.
It really hurts that fire is such a low priority in this state that we can't even afford to pay the contractors, that we hired to fight fires. But it goes a lot deeper than that. We're fighting fires like it's the 1800s.
The legislation now goes to Governor Tina Kotek to sign. A community in Vancouver came together to make a retired Navy veteran's dying wishes come true this holiday season. Roger Gillis was diagnosed with ALS 2 years ago, and doctors say this could be his last Christmas. So a friend posted on Facebook asking for volunteers to put lights on Gillis' home. Tons of people offered their help, including Jose Diaz, who owns a Lion Landscaping. He did the installation and helped get the lights for free.
If I don't have time to do something kind, it just doesn't make anything else worth it. You gotta be able to help people. You gotta be able to spread that kindness.
It's fantastic. It's all lit up at night. I'm surprised at how much is there. It's really shiny. It does me a lot of good. I feel happy about it.
The display includes the letter N on the roof to honor Gillis's time in the Navy. He says a simple string of lights along the gutter line would have made him so happy, but the final outcome and support from his community was beyond his imagination.
Yeah, so maybe a little wager, tasty cake, some of our Middlesworth potato chips. If we can send Pennsylvania pierogies, we'd figure out a way. That's if Penn State loses. That's not going to happen.
Nope. But it did happen. You may remember the clip from last week. We made a little wager against our sister station in Scranton, Pennsylvania on who would win last weekend's Big Ten championship, the Oregon Ducks or Penn State. Of course, the Ducks win. And WNEP kept their side of the bargain, sending us Mrs. T's pierogies and
foam finger.
And other
At least it's the #1 foam finger.
Other swag. So
they honored their bet. So we'll give them that.
Yes, they did. Go Ducks.
Are you stoked for these?
Right now they're frozen, but.
And they're going to stay frozen until we have our holiday party next week, right?
Wait, what?
I think aren't we gonna? Yeah.
This is true. I'm just getting this is true.
This is breaking news.
I think this is terrible for my producer Alex to put these in front of me at 6 o'clock in the morning when she knows none of us have eaten and is expecting us to wait until next week to eat it.
We're hungry.
I am going to write a letter.
While I go do weather, you can go throw those in the microwave. We'll be good to go.
Alex Gray, you were on the naughty list, Miss
You
Thang.
are not getting anything but a lump of coal from Santa on Christmas. All right, we are getting rained on right now. This is the live look from the live radar scan. Good batch of rain now right over the heart of Multnomah County here. So basically from Scappoose through Portland and then pushing on off to the south and east towards the Canby area. That's where I think this leading edge of our next round of rain is making its way right now. Over the last 3 hours, you can see the progress that this has made. For the most part, it's not terribly heavy. I'm kind of intrigued that we're seeing that. That might be an indication of some sleet up high or some snowflakes up high melting as they work their way down towards the ground. But in any event, we are starting to get a little wet, and we will continue to get wet through the day today. This is Futurecast, rolling the clock towards the lunch hour. Again, on and off rain. It becomes a little steadier, I think, in the afternoon hours, so the afternoon commute's likely wetter than the morning commute. Snow flying in the Cascades, and as we mentioned, that possibility of freezing rain in the upper Hood River Valley. All right, right now, the cloud cover actually looks like it's lifted a little bit. I think that's a function of the rain moving in. 40, last check at PDX. And the plan for today, with the breeze through the gorge, it's not terribly cold on the east side of the state, but you can see Futurecast keeps temperatures there generally in the 30s or, well, mid-30s. And when the breeze is out of the gorge, that's akin to having the refrigerator door open, right? So that just lets that cool air ooze in, and that will keep the west side of the state in the 40s today. Frequent showers or even a period of rain in our forecast today. Frequent showers and sun breaks tomorrow. There's even the possibility of a rumble of thunder in our Saturday forecast. Highs tomorrow in the upper 40s, mid-40s on Sunday. If there is to be a dry break, a dry window this weekend, it would probably be Sunday afternoon before the next significant rainmaker rolls in late Sunday night and Monday. China.